start from you. So Runwal has always focused on great designs, and every design that Runwal has that speaks for itself. So what is the foundation of a great design for you?
I think the materials have to be of high quality, and the workmanship has to be neat and clean, and it has to last, And I think it has to be functional and it has to be beautiful. If you have these four pillars of good material, well made, functional and beautiful, I think that is great design.
Absolutely, that's lovely. And Saurabh, what about you?
Yeah, I think Sonam put it really well, but I think great design is something that enables you to live your life seamlessly. So making sure there's no wastage, there's a lot of focus on the tiny details. And I think excellent design is being able to try to envision what the customer will want 5 years from today. So we try to practice that, and hopefully, with this project, we'll also be able to deliver.
Right. And now that you mentioned that you also think about what the customer wants 5 years from now. So our tagline is also building for generations to come. So Sonam, what does building for generations to come mean to you?
You have to have, it's something really simple. I have this desk for my son, which kind of, I can make it go higher with his age. So I don't have to keep buying a new desk for him, all the time. He has a desk where he can do his painting and crafts and arts, what he does now. And the older he gets, so it kind of the pegs keep going higher and higher. And I feel like it's a simple design. But when your family grows, and in India we have we are increasingly having nuclear families, but there are still a majority of us who like to live with the rest of our families. In a bigger system, it's actually even easier for me or for a lot of people who work to have our parents around or grandparents around, So I think, to have that kind of space. Also, we're very privileged in a way where we can have staff with us in the house who live with us. And to have space for them is also very, very important, to have a good space for them as well. Because the more you grow in life, you need that. And I feel like that's a very overlooked thing. We think about ourselves, we don't think about the people who make our lives easier as well. So I feel like all of that is something that is an ecosystem that can grow well for us.
I think that's very thoughtful and kind of you. That's lovely, Sonam. With that, Saurabh, what do you have to say about it?
Building for generations to come, that's our company ethos. It's what we stand for. It means a couple of things for me. One is, it's a multi-generation family business. So started by my grandfather almost 50 years ago. So that has one generational angle to it. It's something that we take pride in, because we know that our sons and the sons after that are also going to have this brand and reputation to uphold. So we want to carry that with pride. Like Sonam said, it's also, when we think of a project, we think of the families that make up India and all the different people that live in a home. So whether it's your kids, your toddlers, grandparents, parents, we make sure the space is designed in such a way that every single generation can sort of enjoy it to the fullest. And I think the last one, which is the most meaningful to some extent, is that Runwal Home is not something that you're just consuming. We build it with the idea that it's something that you pass on to the next generation, and that when you do, your son looks up to you and he says, "Thank you, Dad, that's the best gift you could have ever given me." So you're not investing in yourself today, but you're investing for the next 100 years in your family.
That's absolutely lovely, and it also speaks about the kind of legacy we have, 40 plus, 45 plus years. So that's really lovely. Well, with that, Sonam, I want to know from you, what does home mean to you, especially with the pace that we live at?
It's somewhere you can that you've come into a haven, right? Like a area where you can kick back and relax, and you're not thinking, "Ye nahi chal raha, wo nahi ho raha hai." And I think it's very important to have it as a relaxing space, especially because everywhere else things are not really working. You know what I'm saying? So at home you wanted to be at such a quality where you come and go, "Hi, ghar aa gayi main." You know, I'm in my bed or I'm on my couch or I can like make chai in my kitchen and I know कि सब चल रहा है, सब ठीक है. You know, you have to be relaxed. That's your home. And for me, I feel like if somebody can achieve that, and that can be achieved with, you have to be very thoughtful in the way you make buildings.
So I think you have echoed most of the people's thoughts here. Like I think that's what everybody seeks, you know?
Yes.
That when you're at home, you just feel relaxed, as you said.
Yeah.
And Saurabh, what about you?
No, I think Sonam, you said that really well. Because at home, the feeling that you want is one of, calm, peace, and positivity. And I think if I can extract from what she was saying, you want it to be relaxed, and that comes from what? Like great construction quality. It comes from a great ecosystem, a great community, great amenities. I think all those things, when they come together, then they make you feel relaxed. Because then you can focus on yourself and your family, and you don't have to worry about the other things that are keeping your life going along.
That's wonderful. Well, with that, my next question is only for you, Sonam. So, what was the first impression when you entered Runwal Auris?
The first thing I saw was the pool, which is quite beautiful, and it's large and it's outdoors, which is great. Because in Mumbai we can have an outdoor pool, we have the weather for it, except for like maybe 2 months of the year. But I love that, and I love there was like a kids play area as well, which I saw like a few kids playing and they were skating and stuff like that, and I thought it was really, really well done. And I'm looking, after I saw these videos, and I was like, this is amazing. And to have you understand, right? Like my husband is from Delhi, and there are like 4 areas or 3 good areas, but and he was like, अच्छा बॉम्बे में ऐसा क्या है? I said बॉम्बे में ऐसा नहीं है. I said बॉम्बे में जहाँ भी जगह मिलती है रहने को वहाँ रहना चाहिए. I said बॉम्बे में है नहीं कि यार this is a good area, this is a good area. All are in Bombay, everywhere is a good area to stay. There's no specific space or place. You have people living in Goregaon, Malad, Juhu, Bandra, Worli, town, anywhere they're living, and there is no specific space which is like the, the place to live in. So I like that about Bombay. I feel it's very democratic.
That's nice, and that is exactly a spirit of a Mumbaiker. Can we have a huge round of applause for that? That's incredible. Well, with that, I want to know from you, if you could hypothetically take home something from Runwal Auris to your home, what would you take back?
From Auris, now I don't know what.
You can take me.
I call my husband and say he wants to come home. What do I do? I think it's important to kind of have. I want to not think about, like when I go home, like in my building, like I'm constantly thinking about a place for my son to play, And unfortunately, where I am right now, I don't think they thought about like a play area for my child. And I realized, I was speaking to Sanya, your sister, and I was like, that's really important to have like a garden or like a play area where kids can kind of like interact, or even like an indoor soft play area, or because Ajkal, because of the pollution, you can't be out that much. Like everybody's falling sick if they're out. So I was like, that's really, really important. So I hope you're building that.
Yeah, fortunately we have a lot of the amenities already built, and we're only going to add to it. But yeah, kids play area is a top one for most parents. And I think for you it's also top of mind.
No, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, where do you send your children these days, to play?
And with like-minded parents and their kids, it's such a good, positive community.
Yeah.
I think I know.
That's nice. Well, with that, Sonam, you did mention that you want to come back to a place which is relaxed, which is peaceful. So of course everybody wants that, but everybody also has this one favorite spot in their own home. So when it comes to you, what is that one favorite spot of yours in your home and why?
I think it's my family room. So between my son's room and my room, there is a little TV area where there's couches, old school, like you know how we used to have those. I really wanted that old school की गद्दे जो नीचे बैठ के हम बात कर सके, you know, like that. So I have that, and the TV is pretty low, so we kind of like watch TV and we chill there, like we just hang out there, and I have my coffee or you know whatever when my son is playing or watching something. So I kind of like that space a lot. It's like we call it the family room, you know, like living room jo bhi hai. Yeah. So I like that very much.
That's lovely. Well, thank you so much, Sonam. And over to you, Saurabh. So I want to know from you, what do you think makes Runwal Auris especially relevant for today's home buyers?
Yeah, I think Runwal Auris is probably one of our favorite projects at the moment. We're very, very excited by it. Like Sonam said, I remember the first time that I walked in on this project, I was blown away by it. The beauty of the pool, the wind blowing, the views. I mean, I can just go on and on about the things that always pull me back to this project. And there's just a special essence to it. You know, ek jo khwab aata hai when you're there, I feel it when I walk the project on my own. So it's definitely going to be special to us. It's a one of a kind, it's a landmark in Malad. And I think hopefully we're able to do justice to the beauty that the Shade and Transcon team have already built, and then take it to the next level with the launch of the fourth tower and Runwal Auris.
Lovely. Well, with that, Saurabh, you've grown around real estate. So what do you think, in your opinion, what's that one thing about homes that people do not give enough thought to? Or they don't think about it much at all?
Yeah, I think, going back to my first answer, maybe I think people try to solve for the need today. Like, they'll try to solve for the immediate 1 year. But if I had to tell somebody that you're buying a home for the next like 40, 50 years even, so you have to start planning what your life is going to look like in the next 5, 10 years. I think if you keep that in mind, then you're able to make that decision with a lot more ease. Otherwise, you get trapped into like making an immediate decision.
You're truly living, building for generations to come.
Absolutely.
That's lovely. So on a lighter note, if you were not into real estate, what would be your dream job? For you, yes. She's not. For you.
I would love that.
I am a big adrenaline junkie. So love jumping out of planes, jumping off of cliffs, deep sea scuba diving. So if I could, in the summers I would be a scuba diving instructor, and in the winters I'd be a ski instructor.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So in Auris' words, you would be a liver.
Obviously, I do stuntman in films.
A stunt double.
Yes, you could do that. So well, with that, thank you so much, Sonam, and thank you so much, Saurabh. Can we have a huge round of applause for them? That was an incredible chat. And thank you so much, Sonam, for being here. It was truly, truly amazing for you to come here and spend this evening with us. With that, I would request the Runwal team to please join us for a group photograph. And if the event team can please clear the setup.